so you could stick bugs in him, which some people love. I'm not some people. I hated his eyebrows. To the point where I only got burnt on the part of my arm that was actually exposed. So guys, look at how cute you're like, okay, 15. I was like, make it 20. I'm sorry I'm so close to you. But anywhere else, and it does that. Hi loves, hi cuties. Today's just going to be a cute little crochet while I yap about so many things that have happened that I haven't told you. My plan for these videos, especially because it's the school year and I'm tired, was that I would just do like one thing each week and then just make a video about that one thing I did that week. But then I did a lot of things in a single week. And so I'm just gonna tell you all about it right now. Starting with Oogie Boogie, which I need to go grab. I will grab him in a little bit. So I got this pattern for Oogie Boogie because he looked bigger than the other Oogie Boogies. I want this guy to be a fat man. I want him to be fat. And sadly, of course, as so many chunky patterns start, he started with a chain. Dude, it's weird. I feel like I've done so many chained patterns that I'm at the point where I'm actually getting good at it. I do not like chain patterns where it starts with a chain. It is necessary to get the shape that you want, but I don't like it. But I have gotten better. And so I made Oogie Boogie's bottom half. With that, I got his legs done. I got them sewn on. Well, crocheted in, I think. I sewed up the holes because, of course, whenever you start with a chain, there are always holes. Always holes that need to get fixed. And so I fixed that. And I just kept going. And while his tummy rounds were brutal on me, because he's a fat man, I will say I had a wonderful time filling him up with poly beads, which is where I take one of my little fake socks that you get like in a shoe store when you want to try on shoes but don't have socks. Those are wonderful and way cheaper than tights. I get those, I fill it with poly beads, and then it makes him weighted, and that was awesome. I made him a chunky man, and it's great. Overall, his feet and body, in my opinion, were the easiest part, but his mouth. So his mouth is open, and the pattern had it where it was like a sack that went in him so you could stick bugs in him, which some people love. I'm not some people. I just didn't want to do that. I know that he's filled with bugs. I just want my crochet stuff to be like a little bit cute. So I didn't want to fill him with bugs. I'm making Halloween stuff. I have like cute ghost, cute pumpkins, and I want to make an Oogie Boogie, but I want him to be like, wah, but not, that makes sense. So I did not want him to have a mouth pocket. Also, I believe the pattern called for using like one hook size smaller to make it easier for it to fit in him. And I don't have that. I don't have a 7mm hook. I just have an 8mm hook, and I go straight to 5mm, and that's not, that wouldn't work. So this was one of the first times, actually, aside from like adding like an increase randomly or adding a decrease randomly, where I like just went fully on my own and made up the mouth. And I did it. The mouth fit perfectly, I will say, for a hot while, though he looked wild. He looked, is it called Chicken and Butthead? I'm trying to think of that reference. Basically, it just looked like here's his mouth. He just looked like this the entire time. Like, it wouldn't. Either way, he looked really odd for a hot while. But I knew I would sew his mouth like a little bit more closed because he does have stitches all over him. So trust the process. Either way, I got the mouth done. I felt really proud of myself. I got it in his mouth. It was secured. It was awesome. And then it was time to do his eyebrows. His eyebrows are the entire reason why you guys didn't get a full Oogie Boogie video like 2 weeks ago. Because I hated his eyebrows. They were so hard because you have to stitch into the stitches you've already made and crochet on top of your crochet. And that's just hard. And I recorded a video of me doing his second eyebrow to show how much of a struggle that was. It was intense. And I will do it again, but oh my god, because it looks so good. It looks so good, but it was so hard. Either way, I quite literally started the Oogie Boogie. I finished the second eyelid with you guys, and then I didn't touch him again until my cute little crochet date, which update, I have crochet friends now. Here are their businesses. I love them. I love them so much. Here are their Shopifys, link down below. They make such cute things. I have this darling who makes crochet items like I do, but oh my god, it's so stinking cute. And also, I wish I could show you her market booth setup because it's so much better than mine. It's so stinking cute. I love her. I just bought one of her giant turtles and I'm really excited. And then this darling makes the most amazing nails, and she gave me some nails. I'm gonna go get them right now. That glitter is awful. Do you see that? Oh my god! She's so talented. It's crazy. I met them at art market, so they're local. We all met at markets, and then we set up a cute cafe crochet date because while one of our besties does beautiful nails, she also crochets. Multi-talented queen. And so we all got to meet up at a cafe, and I wish I recorded our cafe date a little bit. It was so stinking cute because we were either yapping a lot or it was silent because we were focused on crocheting. Either way, I got to take that moment to finish Oogie Boogie. Let me go grab him. Update, I can't grab him because he's still in my car underneath all my market stuff because I just did a market. So here is footage of him from the market and any pictures I have of him. A finished Oogie Boogie. Which brings me to the next topic I wanted to talk about, which was my market. I did a market at Jack's Beach Art Market. It's, if you know, the first market I've ever done in June. It was awesome. I made profit $500, which was insane. It was my first market. And then July was awful. I made back my booth fee and $20 extra, and it was 112 degrees outside. There was a heat advisory. It was really bad. And so we were gonna see how the September one went. And it went fairly well. I will say a lot of the people there said usually there's a lot more people at the September market, but the booth fee was $70. I made over $300, and so I think gross I made at least $200 from that market, which of course compared to my $500 from the June one, I guess it's a downgrade, but I had a great time, especially because the last few markets I went to were awful. Absolutely awful. So this restored my love in markets. Also, if you're wondering why I'm more red in this video than in any other video I've been in, I did get sunburned. This is the day after though, so I'm looking pretty good, honestly. But you've heard of farmer's tan. Listen up for crochet tan. I wonder if I can still show you guys personally. Basically, I looked down my arms. I already knew a sunburn. But I was like, why am I sunburned in such a weird, squiggly way? It's because I was crocheting. I was crocheting and my arms were folded to the point where I only got burnt on the part of my arm that was actually exposed. Because I was crocheting. The market went really well. I'll put up a before shot of my booth and an after shot. This time I got a middle booth where people walk through mine. I was in the middle aisle of all the booths. So I made mine where people could walk through it, which I think helped a lot with my sales. That was awesome. I was very scared because I've never set up a booth that is a walkthrough, and I finally did, and it was awesome. I also spent a lot of my time just crocheting at that market. I kid you not, I was so scared in the morning. I was like, I'm just gonna lose money. Like, no one's here. I'm just gonna lose money. It's probably gonna rain. I'm giving up on markets. And then it did well. I will say I made my first $100 like right in the morning. Like, I'm gonna say 10:30 to like 11:15. It was just go, go, go. Then it slowed down majorly, and I thought, all right, I made back my booth fee. I made back a little bit more. Like, this is fine. Like, I'm a pretty happy person. Mainly because someone I'm so happy, but I'm so sad. But right in the morning, so if you didn't know, I got to make Crochet by Jenna's giraffe pattern. I was one of her testers, and I loved this giraffe, man. Loved this giraffe. I love the giraffe so much. He went to a new home. And he was $50. I thought no one was going to buy him at a pop-up market like this, an outdoor pop-up market. I thought no one would buy him ever. Someone bought him, and it was a grandma for their grandchild. So never underestimate a grandparent's wallet. It was a really cute family though, so I know my giraffe went to a good home. And also the giraffe's mainly going to be display in case you're worried about the grandchild, but again, morning popped off. The afternoon was very stale, and I didn't really care because I made back my booth fee already. That's like my primary goal with markets. It's to just make back my booth fee. And a lot of people took my card. So some people might be watching me right now, which if you are, hi. I hope you like me. Then at the end, like I'm talking like 2:30, I had a whole family that was working there at the booth next to me. And they came over, and it was like fireworks popped off of like two people come over. Well, I want this. Oh, if I'm getting this, I have to get this. Oh my gosh, John would love this. Call John over right now. John would come over. Well, if you're getting that, then I need to get this. Oh my gosh, Sarah would love this. Get Sarah over here. Get Sarah over. Like the whole family came over, and they all wanted things, and they were so nice. Oh, and so obviously after they bought so many of my things, I had to go to their booth, which I already wanted to. So I'm really excited because I got to. One of them also, I had one of my crochet animals, which they said one of them said that it looks just like their cat. But their cat had a lot of white on their face, while this one was purely made out of like orange yarn. And so I was like, oh, do you want me to try to, like, I have white on me right now because I was crocheting. I was like, do you want me to try to add white to the face? And they're like, oh, yes. And so I got to customize one of my crochet items to look just like their cat. And it was so nice. Either way, because I did that, I got two things from her. Because the first thing look how stinking cute this is, guys. Look at how cute. By the way, I wish I had this handwriting. That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. My handwriting. Do you want to see my handwriting? I wish. She like came over and she handed me one of these. She makes beautiful jewelry. She doesn't have a business yet. When she does, I am shouting her out immediately. They said they're going to work on getting business cards and coming up with a name. Came over and she said, like, you can have this one for free. And look how beautiful that is. To which I immediately was just like, no, let me pay for it. Let me pay for it. And she's like, no, no way. I'm not. No, never. No. And I think it's because I gave all of them a discount. Because of course I did. Of course I did. If you're also a fellow market person, you gain a 20% off immediately. What are you talking about? So I think you're like, no, you get this one for free. You get this one for free. And I was just like, And so the first thing I bought actually was from the daughter. Oh, such cute little wrapping. Oh. I got two. The daughter had just started making polymer clay items, and so I have so much polymer clay that I'm never going to use, so I'm going to bring it to her at the next market. But look at this. I got a cute little bunny that she made, which is so stinking cute, so talented. And then also I got, cause look how cute. Oh my gosh. This kind of weirdly enough, I don't know if she did this on purpose, but this kind of reminds me of a worry stone. It's just really nice. So stinking cute. I'm gonna have to tell her that next time. Just like advertise these as worry stones. It's just nice to feel, and it looks so cute. That's what her daughter made, so I got to buy that. So which the I like did tap, and her boyfriend was figuring out the tap situation, and so I believe my total should have been $13. He's like, let's make it 12, and I said, you better make it 15 right now. Take my tip. And so I got to semi-bully him into making me pay $15. So I got to pay $2 more for that. And then, of course, I had to buy from the mom, of course. And so I got to get. Ah! It's so pretty. It's so pretty. And then I believe this one was $15. And the poor, I believe future son-in-law, the poor boyfriend, literally. You're like, okay, 15. I was like, make it 20. Make it 20. You're underpricing your work. Make it 20. And it's like, I'm not doing that. And I'm like, you better. If you don't charge me $20, I'm throwing a $5 bill at you the moment I walk away. So make it 20 now, or you're going to have more change to handle. Either way, so I had an amazing time. I love that family. The moment they have a business card, you guys are getting it. So stinking cute. Oh, I loved them so much. They were so sweet. And like, it was like an entire family it was so cute. So cute. Either way, if I haven't already, I'll show what my market setup looked like before and then what it looked like after, like right before I packed up. It was really, really sweet. And while I did get a gnarly sunburn, I had such a good time. Which now brings me to what you might have seen. You can't read that because it's backwards. Shelving. I got, because I have an amazing fiance and we had our anniversary coming up. I got a giant IKEA cube shelf and it's so sick. I got it. I believe it's in pine wood. It's the one where it's like 5 by 5. So I believe in total I have 25 cubes, which is crazy. It's huge. It's huge. I guess I can show it in the background while I film. Ignore the mess everywhere else, and also ignore how, oh no, that's not a great angle because I have sun rays on my head. Either way, shelving. And that just makes it worse. Hi guys, I'm sorry I'm so close to you, but anywhere else and it does that. Shelving. I got a bunch of shelving and I immediately put all my yarn that was overflowing from my 2 little bookcases into here. And I have so much room to put so much more yarn. I don't know how to make it aesthetic looking yet. I have no idea. I'm just grouping it by color right now because I'm insane and I can actually tell the differences between the yarns that I have. Because I'm insane. But it's looking crazy. Also, I need to point out before I like fill this with my other yarn, I need to point out, here's a normal skein of burnout blanket yarn. Of course, when I saw that I had so much more room to add to my wall of burnout blanket, I was like, I get to go buy yarn. And I get to go buy a lot of yarn. And so that's what I did. So here's a normal skein of burnout blanket, one of the ones I bought. Some burnout blanket yarn on Amazon was more expensive than the other ones. And I assumed it's because it was a color that wasn't readily available. And I was like, I'm down. I have a gift card. I'm going to buy this yarn. Not only was this color not readily available, it was also apparently available only in the double-sized burnout blanket. I didn't know that burnout blanket came this big. Like, it's bigger than my head. Do you see the difference? Either way, so I giggled a lot when that happened. And then it happened again! I believe this is called spring grass. And I'm so glad, because when I got spring grass, I was so sad I could only buy one skein of it. That's all they had. They had a mega skein. Okay, we're gonna move you back over here, because that lighting was insane. The sun's coming up, by the way. I'm recording this at 8 a.m. Actually, it's probably more like 8:40 now, but I did start at 8 a.m. I am so happy with my shelving. I am going to like go through it. If you want to know what all I ordered, here you go. I'm putting it up here because I immediately recorded it and sent it to my Crochet Cuties, which is the name of my Crochet Friends group chat. Okay, I wanted to show them. I have yarn everywhere. Like, I have a giant pile of it right here. I have a giant thing of it in my giant Lego bag right here because I use it to crochet on the go. So, have a giant bag of it there. And then also, if you can't tell, my room's chaotic right now. I have a giant box of it too, because more stuff came in. Speaking of which, I love crochet. What has dawned on me is I have a lot of people that come to my market, and it's either because they also crochet and they love crochet, or they want to learn. So there are two things I'm going to try to do, because I'm a certified teacher. I'm going to try to start doing like crochet classes where it's like one-on-one tutoring of teaching you how to crochet. I think that'll be fun. And then two, for people that already know how to crochet, I'm going to try to make crochet stitch markers. I think this will be my next video. But I got the tools for it. I got cute charms for it. I swear they're not all adult themed. I just thought that was really funny. And then somewhere in here I have... Ah, there we go. Well, you'll put for the stitch marker and the jump rings and all that jazz. So that'll be in a video upcoming. I'm not going to record a time lapse because this is going to be insane. But I am now going to go through, clean my space, and all the yarn I have accumulated, I'm going to put back on the shelf. And I will show you guys when I'm done. Hi guys, so I did indeed get this done. I'm going to have to hold this the other way because my left hand is not steady and I don't have a pop grip on my phone. Alright, flooded it with all my other yarn. This giant corner up here is full of my work in progresses, so ignore that. But as you can see, still a lot of room to expand. And also a lot of room to figure out, like, why do I have that many whites? Or that many grays? I gotta work on that, but... Okay, that's all. I love you guys. Have a good day. You got this. And I'm gonna put aloe on myself again because I need it. Okay, bye guys!